Hello and welcome to See Me See You channel. We are in 50 weeks of self-care, truth or dare, and this week is week 14. Can you believe it? We're already at 14 weeks. I'm like, wow, these weeks are flying by so quickly. I hope that you are doing the truth. I hope you're doing the dares. I hope you're bringing more awareness to yourself, giving yourself more care, giving yourself more love, and just giving yourself the attention that you need to give yourself. So hopefully these truth or dares are bringing that awareness to you and you're having fun while doing it. So last week's truth was about what you do for fun. Is there any new things that you want to do for fun? Have you done any new things? What was some of those fun things that you do? Let me know, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear all the fun things you're doing. And then the dare was to tune into your body, all parts of your body, and visualize releasing the tension. Were you able to get some tension released? I hope that that is something that you're doing because our bodies hold so much tension. And if we don't intentionally release it, it's just going to continue to be there. It's going to continue to cause problems and it's going to continue to make us feel bad or hurt or pain or physically unable to move. So I hope that you are releasing that tension, giving your body the attention it needs, and also giving it the love and care. Now let's get into this week's Self Truth or Dare. So let's go ahead and pick our sticks in our canister. I'm so excited. I'm always loving what these new weeks bring because it is bringing more awareness. It's bringing things to the surface. So if you haven't been feeling the energies of the things that are coming up, this is a great way to balance yourself within those energies. So let's go ahead and pick a stick. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, for this week's truth, we are: what do you love about life? What do you love about life? You know, waking up every day, getting another day to live in this life is a blessing. So loving life is something that's going to keep you in a higher vibration. If you live in a lower vibrating state, you probably aren't going to love your life that much. You're not going to love yourself that much. So it's really important that you are aware of the energies that have low vibing energies. Even people, being around people who constantly complain about everything that's wrong in their life, right? So today's truth and this week's truth is: what do you love about life? And that could be from the smallest things to the biggest things. And that is expressing gratitude for what you love in your life. I am so grateful that I got another day today, that I get another day to live in my life, to love myself, to love the people I care about, to love the environment I'm in, to love the sun being out, to love the rain coming down, the refreshness of the rain. I think it's going to rain here in Denver today if it isn't already. But what is it that you love about your life? And as you go through this truth, it's going to raise your vibration because you are bringing love to it. You are being grateful for what you have right now. So I dare you to tell the truth on what you love about your life. Now let's see what the dare is, because these always coincide with each other. Create an altar or sacred space to honor what is important to you. Create an altar and a sacred space or sacred space to honor what is important to you. Now, if you look behind me, this whole thing here is my sacred space, is my altar. All this stuff back here is all the things that are important to me, that represent me, that are parts of me from the time I was growing up to today. And I'm just so grateful for all this stuff. behind me. Even though it's just stuff, it has meaning. It has importance to me in my life. And these are the things that I love. These things behind me is what I love in my life. Like, I look at these things every day. These are my sacred spaces. This is my sacred space. This is where I hold all my stuff. I don't meditate in front of this just because it's in my living room, but I also have a space in my room where I have that as well. And I'm going to be moving at the end of this month, so I'm going to be creating a whole nother sacred space. So if you create an altar or a sacred space to where you could go and honor yourself, honor the things that you love, the parts of your life, the parts of you that you love, and get inspiration from it, and it brings you happiness, it raises your vibration, and it's like your prayer place. It's where you give offerings of gratitude. So I highly encourage you and dare you to create a sacred space or an altar somewhere within your living space to where you can go and honor yourself, give yourself that time. So you create this space, you create this altar, and that is where you go and give yourself the love, give yourself the care. That's where you take the time for you. You know, you could have little Buddhas there, you can have goddesses of some kind, you can have your crystals, you can have a candle. If you light incense, you can have a little incense burner. There's all kinds of things on there. If you do rosaries or something, you can have a rosary hanging down or there. Maybe if you do rosaries, you know how they count the beads and say Our Fathers and Hail Marys and everything like that. I haven't done that in forever, and I know that's like a Catholic thing to do, but you know, that could be where you say your prayers. That can be where you say your gratitudes for the day. That could be where you pray and talk to your angels and your guides, where you go and meditate and give yourself that space of honoring you, honoring your time, honoring your life, and being in there and creating what it is that you love and being truthful about what you love about your life. So of course, the truth and dares go hand in hand. And I mean, after you get out of that sacred space, you feel so much better about your life, about you, about yourself, like about where you're going. And so I highly encourage you just to create some kind of sacred space, or an altar, you know, whatever you have. It could be a bookshelf. It could be a little table. It doesn't have to be very big. I mean, it just has to be maybe something small. You know, it could be a little nook or a little corner in your room that you can have that space. And so I just highly encourage you to create some kind of sacred space in your space where you can dedicate that time to you, dedicate that space to you, and then also let others know. So if you have other people living in the household, let them know that that is your space and that, you know, they need to respect that space and not get into it, especially if you have small children. They're always like, oh, what's this? You know, especially if you have little rocks and crystals and things, that's what I would have. But make sure that you let them know that that's your space. You know, and they're only welcome in there unless you invite them in, right? But most of the time, that's a space for you, and no one else should be in that, because then their energy comes into it. And let's say they don't have the highest vibrating energy, and they come into your sacred space where you've already cleansed it, you've set the mood, you set the tone, you set the ambiance, and then they come in there with their negative energy and disrupt your peaceful sacred space. So that is the truth or dare for this week. The truth is, what do you love about your life? And be honest, there's so many things to be loving about your life than there is not. You know, be grateful that you actually woke up today, because you know what? There's probably somebody or many people in this world today that didn't wake up. So every time that you get a new day and you wake up, it's another new day for you to be you, to live in your authenticity, to love yourself and to love your life and to love those ones around you. and then create that sacred space for yourself so you have a place to go to balance yourself, to find peace of mind, to find just peace within you, and dedicate that space and that time for yourself. So good luck with this week's Truth or Dare challenge. Please comment, please subscribe and like. I would really love for you to really engage and be a part of this. Maybe it isn't the right time for you, but you know what? You can always come back to these videos. These videos are always going to be here. They're not going anywhere. And this is really my gift to you. This is my wisdom being gifted to you in how you can love yourself, how you can better your life and be a better you. So I highly encourage you to go and live your truth, and I dare you to participate in these challenges. So good luck with this week's challenge, and I can't wait to see you next week for week 15. And again, comment, let me know how you're doing with these. Subscribe, message me. I would love to hear from you. So I look forward to seeing you next week, and take care and God bless.